looks like we're making our final approach for our 1943 film, Aerial Gunner.
And we're here on location at the MAPS Air Museum here on the west side of the Akron Canton Regional Airport.
The MAPS Air Museum is completely volunteer organized and operated, and if you've never been here before, it's definitely worth a stop to see the many displays.
That's right. There are over 20 aircraft on display here, as well as 2 from the Goodyear Rubber Company.
And along with the rare artifacts, there are also displays on Pearl Harbor, the Tuskegee Airmen, Rosie the Riveter. Really, there's something of interest to everyone.
And there's also a room with detailed models and other period war items.
So were you ever good with models, Dave?
I don't know. They would never date me.
I meant airplane models.
Oh, well, it depends on what you mean by good.
Were they recognizable?
In that case, good.
And you didn't have any spare parts left over?
In that case, no, not so good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, we better take a minute to talk about our lead actors in today's movie. First, there's the Academy Award-nominated actor, Chester Morris. Chester Morris will always be associated with Boston Blackie as he portrayed the detective in 13 movies between 1941 and 1949.
Now, you could say that Chester Morris was born into acting with parents, actor William Morris and comedian Etta Hawkins. Now, his one brother, Adrian, was also an actor, and his other brother, Gordon, he was a writer. Now, he made his movie debut, Chester did, in 1917, and he last appeared in the 1970 film The Great White Hope, and which means he was a working actor in 7 different decades.
And then there's the second lead in our film, Richard Arlen. During World War I, Arlen served in the Royal Canadian Flying Corps, but never saw combat. After the war, he ended up in Los Angeles as a motorcycle messenger for a film laboratory. One day, he crashed his motorcycle into the gates at Paramount Pictures and broke his leg. And while people from the studio were administering first aid, they noticed his good looks, and he soon became an extra and worked his way up.
Now, his flight experience had to help him in this film, as well as some of his other films, Wings, Forced Landing, Flying Blind, and Sabre Jet. Now, all in all, Arlen made 176 appearances between movies and television.
So, Dave, I've been thinking about your problem of, going up in a plane.
You know, Holly, I don't have a problem going up in a plane because I'm not going up in a plane. I'm staying on the ground.
Okay, but I was thinking we could make it safer for you.
Holly, you want to make it safer for me?
Well, sure.
Keep the plane on the ground.
But, what if we gave you a parachute? That would make it safer.
Good, now you're telling me to take a flying leap.
I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard that.
Yeah, but you usually tell me to jump off of a cliff, not out of a plane.
Well, I just thought that having a safety device would make it a little, easier for you.
You know, Holly, safety devices and I don't really get along.
Really? How does that work?
Well, once I was in a boat, and I tripped and I fell into the lake.
See, you should have been wearing a safety device.
Well, I was.
Okay, so what was the problem then?
Well, the problem was actually I put the safety vest on backwards. Instead of keeping my head out of the water, kept pushing my face into it.
Yeah, you must have gotten a mouthful.
You know, Holly, you've never had a real lake swimming experience until you've had a minnow swim up your nose.
That's really not a good mental picture, Dave.
Well,
we better take a break, catch a sketch, and then finish up our film, Aerial Gunner.
see that scar?
Yeah? That looks nasty. Where'd you get it, Dave?
Yep, safety knife.
Ah, I get it. No safety devices.
Yep, I'm just going to take my chances.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
And then there was a time that I had earplugs on, to protect my hearing, and I didn't hear somebody yell, "Look out!" Got hit in the back of the head with a 2x6.
Fade to black. Fade to black.